Listen,
So
be an extra. We are the gold standard.
I'll
Hey guys, welcome back to Being Extra. I am joined again by my good friend, co-host of this show, Luis. How are you doing, Luis?
I'm doing great, man. I feel like we haven't done one of these in a while. Feels good to be back. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
man.
we're gonna just call this season 2 since we had a little hiatus between the first season. So we'll just make this season 2.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, Luis. Again, I'm just reminding people that he's a photographer, and you can see his picture behind me right there. He took that, and he's a pretty talented photographer. So don't forget to follow him. I'm gonna put that all below. But I'm also happy because we're joined by a good friend of mine that I met at work, Donovan. How you doing, Donovan?
I'm doing good, living the dream, dude.
That is awesome, dude. That is how you have a good winter break.
Oh, of course. You got some good comic books in, got some good movies in.
And we're gonna be talking all about what we're watching, what we're doing, stuff we worked on. Me and Donovan are working on something right now. We can't say because they're in the middle of production, but trust us, guys. As soon as it comes out, we're gonna talk about it, get deep into it. We can just say it's a TV show. That's all we can say, but we can't say what TV show. But that's where I met Donovan, and the thing is that me and Donovan were ranting on movies on set, right? We were just like ranting and ranting, talking about movies, and then we were like, "Hey, let's put it on the podcast, dude, because might as well get it out there, right?"
True, 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 true.
All right. Well, Luis, I want to start with you, man. How you been, dude? What you been watching? What you been up to, dude?
Like movie wise or just in general?
Anything, man. Talk to me.
I mean, I've just been busy. I've been trying. This year's starting off pretty busy, which is kind of funny because this is exactly how 2020 started. I was pretty sure that 2020 was going to be an insanely busy year for me. In January, obviously, before the pandemic, and now this year is starting exactly the same way. So hopefully, this year can be what 2020 was supposed to be, in terms of productive and stuff
well,
or whatever.
just to talk on that, do you think, and Donovan, you were in LA, right? So, do you think like Atlanta's doing it right? Like they're like outdoing everybody in as far as and going back into production?
Where are you
I,
asking here, Donovan?
Anybody, someone jump in.
personally, I believe that we need more safety measures just because the higher rates of literally the pandemic going on. But at the same time, we're getting back into the swing of things. Literally, we see that with literally the continuation of the production of like Captain America and Winter Soldier and Falcon are currently in production right now.
Yes.
WandaVision's in production right now. There's always something in production in Atlanta shooting. People are putting them other than the bubble. People are trying to do testing every week. People are trying to find safeguards around the pandemic. But honestly, the number one place I've seen that have been having some very smooth productions, Canada. Canada have been literally on their shit, literally. They got working, they started back working and they found the right safeguards to continue production.
Dude, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Canada, but is Canada doing as much productions as Atlanta right now? I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I have been hearing that literally unless they have the bubble in place already, it's not any way to truly control what goes in and out of the production.
Got you. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Now, I know Canada's doing it right. I know Canada, especially the people getting like that are contagious or the people that are getting the virus, it's not as high, obviously, as the United States. But I know for a fact California has more virus than like Georgia does, and That's why I feel like Georgia's kind of doing it right, don't you think, Luis? You've been doing some background work, no?
Mhm. I have some mixed feelings about that. So you know, in terms of the way that Georgia in general handled it, I'm not a huge fan of how they did it. But them having them keeping everything open and available, and then production companies having the months to set up uh, how they were gonna go about um, doing the productions and having the safety measures and having like the teams and the testing and everything. I think that's good because honestly, being on set is the safest I feel being, like even like at the grocery store, because or being out at the store, because in Georgia here there's still, you go to, I mean, besides like grocery stores, if you go out there's still plenty of people that aren't wearing masks.
Right.
And on set you have to wear masks. They have COVID compliance officers, they have hand sanitizer everywhere, they give you PPE, you know you're getting swabbed literally every day, sometimes a couple times a day.
That's true.
So, I mean, us being open, and and then the production companies having, setting up their procedures and then being as careful as they, are being, is, I think, very good. But, Georgia was literally just like, we're not going to close, just like I mean, the governor was literally like, yeah, just like be responsible. And obviously a lot of people aren't being responsible. I mean, some are, but people are partying and going out and doing a bunch of stuff they shouldn't be doing.
This is the prime time that you need to buy your streaming services and watch TV and movies. Why do you need to go out on during the weekend? There's nothing at the club that you probably don't have an abundance of at home. You can buy alcohol and not pay the prices at your house. You can buy snacks at your house. You have a TV at your house.
Yeah. Now, this is the time to be more isolated from people. I agree. And like clubs will always be there in the future, restaurants, movie theaters, even though I've been guilty of going to the movie theater this past year, but only like twice. And for big movies, it was
Which movie?
Tenet and okay, and The Goonies, but only because they re-released it. That wasn't really worth it.
Where did you go see the Goonies at?
AMC. They did like a re-release of old, like they did Grease, The Goonies. So I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I've never seen The Goonies on the big screen, only on TV. Why not? It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
It's a classic.
yeah, and I felt like, okay, maybe this is what it felt like in the '80s to go see The Goonies, but it was during the pandemic, which is my point. And the only other big movie I went to see was Tenet, and that
What's your thoughts on Tenet?
not to get too much off track, man. It was hard to follow. I feel sorry for the script supervisor, man. The script supervisor's probably like smoking cigarettes and like, just like taking cocaine because you can't take it. Are you kidding me, dude? Like that script and that audio sucked. And then I have a friend who, Kevin, who's on this channel a lot too. He said I watched it with subtitles and I still couldn't follow what was going on.
Dude, I feel as though Tenet's like it took me about 3 times watching Inception before I truly understood Inception.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of vibes I got from Tenet.
Yeah.
Like this is a multiple viewing film.
And I had to watch like those YouTube explaining videos like what does this mean? Did you watch it, Luis?
No, I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's very confusing, but it's some dope action. I'm just gonna say some backwards dope action that only Christopher Nolan can pull off.
I was about to say, like, I haven't watched the John Wick movies, and I've heard those are. If I want some action, I'm just gonna watch this.
Dude, you gotta watch John Wick. John Wick.
I've heard nothing but great things about that. I'm behind on that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I might just buy all 3.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm behind on a lot of shit, to be honest, especially TV, dude. Like, I wanted to talk to you, Luis. I saw your post. I saw you watched the Queen's Gambit, and I need to get on that. How is it? Do you recommend it? What's up with that show?
Dude, that's my favorite. That's my favorite show last year. Like it was. I just didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Like I said, I'm a photographer, so I'm actually going to be doing a Queen's Gambit photo shoot pretty
Oh,
soon. I found one of my friends. She's redhead and like a little petite and like um, and like palish. So I mean, obviously she's not gonna look exactly like her, but
no, but
that's close.
still,
That's gonna
it's
be
the
still.
concept. It's the concept, right?
That's the concept of it. So I'm super excited. I love it. It's only seven. It's only 7 episodes, dude. It's super short, limited series.
Oh, so it's only one season?
Yeah, it's only one season. I don't know if they're even gonna do a season 2. I don't even know how it would go. But I mean, slightly off topic. I don't think there should be a season 2. I'm a huge proponent of some stories are fine being one season or 2 seasons, or like I'm not a huge fan of there being sequels or stuff being pushed further than it's supposed to be. Like I think some stuff needs to come to a natural end, which depending on the story, that could be 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 6 seasons. As long as it comes to a natural end and it's not pushed,
Mm-hmm.
I like Breaking Bad, I think came to a natural end, and that went six seasons, right? Six or
Yeah.
seven, six, I think. Wrapped everything up perfectly, told the story it needed to tell in the six
Yes.
seasons, and didn't go any further. And that's the same with Queen's Gambit, I think, because it's based off a book,
Right.
and they literally did the whole book in the show, so I don't even know where they would go
Oh
from
no,
there.
then they wouldn't. I mean, is it a cash grab if they do a season two? Of course it is. It's a cash grab. But is that's where they lose, like, the whole thing where, like, okay, you're going past the art now. You're just looking for cash.
And
You know,
I feel like they're never as good either. I was like the first.
Some
never.
shows are perfect as it is, literally still with the small condensed formula of literally like 2 seasons. The cartoon Gravity Falls, 2 seasons, and it's still probably like some of the best writing and animation.
Exactly, and see how they didn't ruin it by pushing it further than it needed to go.
That's true. I agree. I agree. What about you, Donovan? What are you watching, man? What do you recommend right now?
I do not recommend.
What
Okay,
you don't recommend?
before I get on my watch list, did you guys see Wonder Woman 84? What were your thoughts?
Bad. Sorry, this is bad radio. I can't do that. Okay, I'm doing a thumbs down, people. This is bad radio. Okay, okay, I'm gonna go on a little rant. And Luis, I just want to ask you: you weren't interested, or you just haven't got around to it?
I haven't gone around. I haven't seen the first one. Well, I didn't have HBO Max. My roommate literally just got HBO Max.
Okay,
So I'm literally about to watch it.
so please watch the first one, then the second one, so you can see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
How different it felt. Same director, just so you know. Same
But
director.
you liked the first one, right?
First one, I liked it. It wasn't.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought the first one was outstanding.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm gonna give my thoughts, so you could give your thoughts, Donovan. We don't want to compare, but we kind of have to. The movie contradicts itself.
Mm.
Okay, so here's the thing: Batman versus Superman. Wonder Woman says, "I left the world of man, and I have to come back because of the great evil, which was Doomsday." Okay, cool, whatever. 1984. She's been living in the world of man for like 60 years. So I'm like, okay, so you just said you left the world of man, but now, okay, whatever. They focus so much on the 80s that it takes a third of the movie, which it sucked. I'm like, what are you guys doing? We get it. It's the 80s. It's set in the 80s, but you guys don't have to show the 80s so much. And they show breakdancing and they show graffiti and they show Steve Trevor wearing different outfits, which took forever. And then Wonder Woman practically raped a guy. It's just
I
it's
think I heard
just
about
is
that.
if the roles, I'm sorry to say this, but if the roles were reversed and it was a guy using another woman's body, holy crap.
That was very problematic. My biggest thing is you can't have a good story with a hero and a villain without a good villain. And this film didn't really have any good villains. I love Christian Wiig as Barbara Minerva just because me as a comic book nerd, I love Cheetah. I'm a fan of Cheetah. I think she's literally faster than Kid Flash. For fuck's sake, like, come on. But the way that they tried to do it in the movie, plus you kind of like really fucked up Maxwell Lord.
Yeah.
About the same guy who took over the Justice League with mind control to the point where Batman had to poison himself and literally join the Suicide Squad.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, going back to Queen's Gambit real quick, that show's set in the '60s, and like, they showed everything that was in the '60s without like having to show it,
Right.
like it was like
Without throwing it in
you
your
could see it.
face.
Yeah, you could see it as the story was progressing. You could tell it's the '60s. They had the dresses and the cars and the. All right, but yeah, no, did they overdo it? Like you said, no.
That's
And
good.
you expect more from Pedro Pascal
Yes.
just because he knocked it out the park with the Mandalorian. Have you seen the new season?
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy season. Great season, man.
And then you have him do Wonder Woman and like a lot of overacting, a lot of hamming it up, but less is like this is one of those few occasions where less is more.
Yeah. I know that we're going for a Trump reference there. That's what everybody could talk about. That it was a Trump reference.
Not everything needs to mirror our current society. Some things just need to be made for the intended audience. It doesn't have to have political ties or ulterior motive.
Correct. Because sometimes, depending on when something is made and it comes out after something has already passed, it just looks tacky.
Exactly.
There are movies being made on the pandemic, and if they take longer to come out, then they're just gonna look kind of dumb way after the pandemic. I know the resident. I haven't watched it, but I know they're going to be based around the pandemic. And okay, they ran with it because it's a
Yeah,
show.
and I think it
So
already aired too. So
yeah,
like,
it started. It started. Yeah,
But at the same time, Grey's Anatomy also had touched on the pandemic. I feel as though for medical procedurals, that's the right move.
I'm
right.
even I'm surprised that Grey's Anatomy is still going.
Shonda Rhimes is not going to let go of that bag ever.
Oh my god, dude. No. But just to finish on Wonder Woman 1984, you are correct, Donovan. Bad use of that's DC's main problem. No good villains. They barely have any good villains in their movies. DCEU, I mean.
For
Um
the record, literally Marvel only had like 3 good villains
yeah. Yeah, but
out
the
of
th-
23 movies.
yeah, and then the concept was kind of dumb, the whole wish stone, and then and Cheetah was not needed in this movie. I wanted Cheetah, but either make her the main villain or save her for the next movie, because the way Marvel does it, they tease villains and bring them on in later movies without having to use them up already. And Wonder Woman was like, "Nope, we have to use Cheetah now," and she was like barely used, and she was only in two good fights in the White House and at the end,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then, so who's your main villain, Maxwell or Cheetah? Like, come on, Cheetah's just there for no reason. It was, and the big thing. I'm just gonna say this: it's good to have creative freedom. The director got creative freedom. In this case, it was a bad thing.
Yeah, it feels like she veered off, especially literally Wonder Woman's powers. Oh, so she has the invisible jet. Now she can fly, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dial it back. Literally, one, we don't need all these powers for it to be a good movie. Yes, she does have these powers that you see in cartoons and movies and other avenues, but at the same time, dial it back. We didn't need all of that at once.
That's true, man. That's true. And I'm sorry to say this, but it has some bad CGI.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with
they couldn't show her running naturally. See, she was doing this. She was like, she was like,
that.
she was skimming. She was okay. Here, just to show you. Uh,
You know when
she
they're
was
like,
doing this, and then, like her hair was barely moving. She was like running like 100 miles per hour, right, Donovan?
You know,
It just looked wrong. And then somebody said, they put a meme. They're like, somebody needs to hire Tom Cruise to teach the DC people how to run. because because nobody, dude, that was some crappy CGI. But Patty Jenkins is cool, she's a woman director. It's awesome. She did Wonder Woman 1. She didn't get paid that much for it. Obviously her fee went up for this one, but hey, they already greenlit Wonder Woman 3, and hopefully she learns from her mistake from Wonder Woman 2, because that was horrible, dude. What a horrible watch.
I went to the movies to see it.
Oh, dude,
What
I'm
made it a
sorry.
little bit worse because the opening scene of that movie was good. I can say that the opening scene was good, the mall scene, and after that, everything kind of goes to shit.
Yeah, dude. So, not a recommend, dude. Not a recommend. And Luis, you need to watch it just to watch it, dude. Just
yeah,
to, yeah, Wonder Woman 1, amazing. The No Man's Land scene, you'll know what I mean when you watch it. You'll love it, dude.
mhm.
But besides that, uh, DC needs to get their butt down to Atlanta, man, to Georgia. They don't film shit here, right?
I mean, they shot SS. Yeah, I
What?
say it.
Yeah, say it. If anything, I'll cut it out. Which one?
Yeah, I was like, they shot Suicide Squad.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah, you can say that. Because the trailers are. Oh yeah, they did shoot Suicide Squad, but you know why though, right?
Oh, because
James Gunn.
yeah, because of James Gunn. Yeah, because he's been shooting with Marvel, right? So he's just.
He shoots with Marvel, and he likes to shoot here, and he has a house in Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know he had a house.
Yeah, he
Okay,
has a house.
that's
He,
cool.
that's smart. He has a house, and
He's probably gonna film Guardians 3 right over here.
yeah, he did Guardians 1. I'm not sure where they shot it, but Guardians 2 and was shot here, and I think he wants to do Guardians 3 here. So he was like, "How convenient! They got Pinewood, and I'm not calling it Trilith.
You're never gonna call it Trilith?
No, it's not a thing. It's not gonna happen. Stop making it a thing. It's
Well, I mean,
Pinewood.
what do you mean make it a thing? Like that's the name of it now. It's not fine anymore.
Nope, it's never gonna catch on. Stop trying to make it a thing, okay? I'm playing. I was
The,
quote. I
the
was.
people that own Pinewood are the ones who moved on, so that's why they took their name with them.
I was quoting Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Thriller happen. Yeah, whatever. I still have my Pinewoods parking stuff. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Fucking trailer. I'm playing now, but anyways, yeah. So yeah, more DC properties need to come here. They try to stay in LA, or they go to like Canada, like Donovan was saying, but they just need to come here, man. Oh, but what were you gonna say?
What do you guys think about Warner Brothers releasing their whole slate on HBO Max?
That's Go ahead, man. I know you want to say something about it.
Oh man. Shit. Well, it's good for the streaming service, dude. It's good for HBO Max. It gives it some fighting. It gives it like a fight against Disney Plus and Netflix. So it's like it's fighting chance, because right now, like Apple Plus is doing shit. They're doing pretty crappy. Amazon is doing okay because everyone who has Amazon Prime has Amazon, so they're doing decent. But like the big ones, like Netflix and Disney Plus, you need something to fight them with, and I think this is the way to fight them. Now, the whole directors being sad about it. See, the one that kind of pisses me off is Dune, but I know they're still gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
theater and streaming, but it sucks for the movie theaters. The movie theaters are the ones that are pissed off. They're the ones that are like, well, people are gonna mostly choose streaming because of the convenience of it. Because that was the luxury of a movie theater. That when it came out, you could only watch it at a movie theater, and then you had to wait for months before it came out on the streaming service. But it's awesome for us. We can watch it more conveniently whenever we want. Sucks for the movie theaters, and I kind of don't want the movie theaters to go away. But like big movies like Dune, I will watch in the movie theater. I will rent it. I will rent out. You know how they're doing the $100 movie rental thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I will do that. But what about you, Luis? Do you prefer movie theaters or you just like the streaming at home?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not like you guys. I am more of the convenient chill at the house type of person. Like,
Hey,
I was never
There's
a fan
certain
of
movies,
spending $17 on a small popcorn and a drink. Um,
there are certain movies that I want to see in theaters, and certain movies that I'm okay with just watching them on HBO Max. The new Space Jam, I wasn't gonna spend money to see the new Space Jam. Point blank period. I grew up in the '90s. I grew up in the Jordan era. I'm not watching LeBron James do Space Jam.
I'm
That's
not.
just a no.
I agree with you. Like, I kind of am kind of salty that they had to do that. I'm like, why? Like, why? Again, why? Why do we need a Space Jam sequel? Why?
But I will be going to a theater to see Mortal Kombat.
yes. Yeah,
I don't
well,
feel
yeah.
about that.
What
I don't
happened?
feel about that because of the original Mortal Kombat movies. I don't.
Uh,
There's
I
so much
love,
nostalgia.
I love
I don't even. I don't even know if they are good. I just remember them. Like, they just have the nostalgia value.
yeah.
Like, I
I
don't.
love the original, but the original was a PG-13 movie that you can bring your family to. This one is supposed to be a hard R. This movie's supposed to have fatality.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah. So wait, before we get into those movies that are coming out, so Luis, you're more of a stay at home comfort man, watch it whenever you can, right?
Hmm.
And then Donovan, what about you? Where do you stand on streaming versus movie theaters?
It all depends on what I'm going to see.
Okay.
If it's something mid, like I regret going out to see Wonder Woman because one, it wasn't that good of a movie, and on the way back, my transmission went out.
Oh.
Yeah. So literally, you just like, was it even worth it for me to go out to go to the movies? Hell no. Really, I had to wait all night to get for a tow truck.
I kind
I
of I kind of agree with him in that respect. Like, obviously, when you go to see a movie, you don't know if it's going to be good or not. And I've gone to movies and seen a movie and been like, that was not worth watching, honestly, or like even not watching it at a movie theater. Um, but then obviously you get the hits and you're like, this is fucking amazing. This just blew my mind. I'm so glad I watched it in the theater. So it's just like you roll the dice on a lot of movies, which I don't like to do because, like I said, I just more often than not I see a movie and I'm like, you know, it was all right. Like, I could have watched it at home.
True.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, that's true. You're like, I could have waited for it to come out. Well, before now everything comes out on streaming. The one thing I will say about streaming is very convenient for, like, let's say this podcast. So I want to review something and let me just watch it on right here. I don't have to buy a ticket, go to a movie theater, watch it at a movie theater, come back and then do it. I did the Tenet review, and because I wanted it out right away, I had to do it in a parking lot. I have that video up. Me and Kevin had to be in the parking lot with our video camera, scared that we were gonna get mugged doing the Tenet review just because we needed to get it up right away.
Mm-hmm.
To where like streaming is like, okay, let me sit down, watch it, hop on my computer, and do or I can even watch a lot, do a review on it as I watch it, stuff like that. I like the one thing, the one big down I always have with streaming is the sound, man. Like my sound sucks. It's just a TV sound, and I'm not gonna invest in the surround sound. And then, Luis, do you watch it on the TV or on your computer?
Yeah, I use my TV. I got a not a maybe not a whole surround system, but I have the sound bar with a subwoofer. Sounds
Uh,
sounds pretty good. Not that
yeah.
expensive either.
Okay. I think I buy too much camera parts. That's why I don't have money left for anything. What about you, Donovan? You just like watching at home?
Yeah, I've just been watching things at home. Literally, I've been watching a lot of different things, more or less. Have you? Literally, Fleabag on Amazon. Fleabag on Amazon. Some of the best comedy writing I've seen in a long time by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Right.
That's outstanding. The
Okay.
Watchmen, HBO's Watchmen. Regina King gave an incredible performance.
Yeah, I need to finish watching that. I didn't. I started watching that and I didn't finish it for some reason. I need to go back and finish that. Because that was filmed here, and I
Another one filmed here. Check.
yeah. For the most part, I I try to watch everything that's filmed here. So that was one that was filmed here, and I need to finish it. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. And again, that one's over. That's not going to get a second season. I think that, you know, they were just
It
like
did,
they
didn't
knew what
need
they
it.
wanted to do, and they did it.
It's good how it is. You don't need to add more. It was perfect how it is. That was one of those few shows where you're just like, would you want a second season? Yes, we all would love to see a continuation, but does there have to be?
Exactly. That's obviously these execs who are thinking about money, they don't ask themselves that question. They're like, can we make more money? Yes, then let's make it. But it's like, do you have to do it? Like, there should be like in like those boardrooms, there should always be like one person who's just like, or there's like the whole group of executives who are like, yes, we want to make money, and then there should just be one guy in the corner who's like, but do you have to make it?
Then he gets thrown out the window, right?
Yeah, he would probably get it. The first time he said that, he'd be gone.
Like the meme. Uh, I'm with you, man. I need to get on Watchmen. I need to get on all these shows. I just started Doom Patrol because I just got HBO Max.
I just started Doom Patrol too.
So
I actually
yeah,
have the season on DVD.
you have what season?
I have the first season of Doom Patrol on DVD because it was the first job. It was the first Hollywood job I got, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Off that alone,
And I've heard
bam.
things about it, and I'm not. See, here we go again. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but something happened, and I don't want to talk about it. But I was like, shit.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about it when the show comes out for sure, man. But also, wait, Donovan, you worked on Doom Patrol season 1,
No, I had worked on season 2.
season 2. That was the first time you ever got on any Hollywood job, or like, what was that, crew extra? Tell me about that.
No, first time I was on set, it was for janitorial. I was cleaning up around set, and then they literally gave me the promotion. Now I'm where I'm at.
Oh, that's awesome, dude! Congrats! I didn't know, and I didn't know it was on Doom Patrol. So okay, you've been there on season 2. That's cool. I had no idea. And do you know? Did you know that you wanted to work on film like from early on, or that's just something that came up?
I've always wanted to work in film. My dad worked for Comcast for 14 years. So
Damn.
growing up with all the movie channels.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, my whole childhood is me watching movies,
Okay,
watching, breaking them down, dissecting them. Yeah, I love film.
that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And so you just you yeah, you originally, I haven't asked you this. You're originally from Georgia?
Born and raised, East Side all day.
Oh, that's awesome. So you saw the film industry come up in Georgia pretty much,
Yep.
which I read about it, and pretty much Georgia was kind of meant to fail in the film industry, but it kind of
Defy the odds.
defied the odds, surpassed expectations. They were trying the film incentives in Louisiana, the Carolinas, Texas.
What
Uh,
really helped Atlanta was the fact that we have one of the biggest music scenes in the country.
yes,
Like it's New York, LA, and Georgia. I mean, and Atlanta for music.
Atlanta. Good thing you said Atlanta, not Georgia.
Thank you. Yes, Atlanta has no T's.
Sure.
Oh, that's true. Atlanta. That's true. But yeah, keep going, man.
So off that alone, since you have literally all the celebrities and like the Real Housewives of Atlanta was like the first major Real Housewives, the first big ratings giant for Bravo for the Housewives extended universe.
Yeah.
So, so off that alone, literally the best move was to bring film. You have so much space, like dead space, like these big fields that you can put studios on, and literally they're cut and they're not around the city. So like Fayetteville, there's nothing out in Fayetteville, so they can have the peace and serenity that they need to film.
That's true, man. That's true. And yeah, it's Atlanta defied all odds because, like I said, it was meant to fail. They were testing out film incentives, they were testing out places. But okay, besides that, what helped Atlanta was the airport. 20 26 daily flights to LA.
It's the
That's
bus-
fucking crazy.
it's the busiest airport in the world.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
but just to LA, 26 flights a day. Not now with COVID, of course. But we're talking about regular, non-COVID world. 26 flights to LA. You could have an actor fly in at any time or fly back out to LA. You anything you needed, just hey, we need him.
I bet they love that. Actually, I think some of the some of the like one or two of the projects I worked on when they had the rap party, like the act, like I remember for one of them, one of the actors like showed up and was there for like an hour, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm literally getting a plane like in like an hour. Like I can only be here for like 10 minutes or something, and then I gotta get back to LA."
For real,
Yeah,
dude, that's
flew out
crazy.
that same day.
Yeah, but man, yeah, the airport's amazing, busiest airport, for sure. The how cheap the extras are because they're cheap as fuck.
That they love that.
Yeah, a right to work state, so they don't have to pay us union rates. Uh, just things like that. That and then the tax incentive, of course. You know, you get 20% over 500,000. Then you get an extra 10% if you use the Georgia logo in the credits,
Yep,
equaling
and that's even
30%.
and
So
isn't one of the discounts also like if the setting of the show is in Georgia somewhere?
I heard that. I'm not sure if it's true. Do you know anything about that, Donovan?
no,
Yeah,
I
yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I heard that like it might not be as big as the ones you just mentioned, but I think that you also get another slight discount or something for like actually, you know, being in it because like, before like nothing used to be shot in Georgia. I mean like sorry, set in Georgia. Like
right.
actually like and like I've noticed the last couple of years it's been like some shows where like yeah, it's like telling you that it's like in Georgia somewhere.
Yeah, like set in Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised Doom Patrol they didn't want to set it in Georgia. They set it in Ohio, because the first season they shot in Lawrenceville, which is where I live.
I
So
was
that
actually
little what?
I was there. I was
Oh,
there
you were
the
there for that scene?
I was there for that very first day.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah,
Well,
that's where I live.
well, it wasn't first day. It was like that first week. Yeah,
That first week, yeah.
so because it was the pilot episode. Yep, I was there.
Yeah, I think that's also what makes Georgia so versatile. You know, you got city, you got little towns, you got mountains.
Yeah, that's what I was actually gonna say that earlier. I was like, maybe not as close to Atlanta, but once you go out, like you can go to Savannah, that's beach. You can go up to the mountains. You can go out to like, if you go to like middle Georgia, it's kind of flat. And then the more north you go, it gets mountainer, and then obviously you have little towns, and then you have Atlanta, which is a huge city.
That's true. That's true. And thank goodness our governor, our new governor, Brian Kemp, didn't take away the incentives.
Well, so also to touch on that real quick,
Yeah.
yeah, I told you I started Georgia Film Academy, and
Yeah.
I had my first class on Friday.
Congrats, man.
But it wasn't like the full class. It was just like a introduction, like get to know each other. It was just mostly the teacher talking about himself. But he mentioned that the way they set up the tax codes, they actually purposely made them really complicated and really hard to to remove.
Really?
Yeah, when they were setting up the whole tax codes, they built it into the code to make it very difficult to be removed. So they were already thinking about how they wanted to have Georgia be a film thing, and then not have it be like North Carolina, where stuff was huge, and then like a tax incentive expired, and then they I mean they're filming stuff now again, but for a while like they left North Carolina because the tax incentives went away.
Oh damn. Yeah, well I know about North Carolina. That's why they tried the tax incentives, like I said, in so many states, and they just kind of little by little failed. And then Atlanta, like against all odds, just they kept going. They could, but that's cool. I didn't know that about how they made it so complicated, so they couldn't like really take him away. And even with the new governor, I was scared, dude. I'm like, dude, you're
He was
just
gonna leave, but he said he was gonna leave them. Yeah, I know.
uh, I was
I mean,
scared for a minute.
and I mean, I mean, again, well, I'm not super into, I don't exactly, I don't know anything about tax law actually, but I mean, all the money that the film industry is like bringing in, like, I would think that that's worth it.
I completely agree.
I'm
Because
with it,
you
man.
have all the jobs, you have all the pay, and then you have them spending
Wait, what
millions.
happened, Donovan?
I was like, I agree with the whole fact that since it does make us money, I wouldn't want to. I couldn't see a reason to get rid of it. And look at how many big major league shows have came from Georgia. Stranger Things, Atlanta, and those are like two of the biggest shows of the decade.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then you filmed the biggest movie, literally, that's made the most money in the history of movies,
Endgame. Yep.
Endgame. So I'm just like, holy shit! Like they made their money back and more. And we were cheap extras because I worked for like a week on that shit.
Well, if anything, we should be asking for more money. We know they showed us how much money they made off the movie. They'd be like, bro, you should have paid us more.
Yeah, I know, but that's what they love. That's what's so appealing about Georgia. Cheap people, day players, extras. Obviously, they bring their main people from LA. They're camera operators, their main costume people, their main makeup people. I get it. I get that. They bring them from LA. They source them out, but still, we're still pretty cheap, dude, compared to LA extras. Oh, okay. So Donovan, you were in LA. How is LA, man? I need to know.
I love one personally. I love LA. I love. Oh God, I love LA. Maybe I get to see my sister. Literally, every not everything's open back up. Most of things are closed
Mhm.
down, but those things that are still open, worth it. Literally, the dispensaries are open.
Oh,
Literally, some of the stores on Fairfax, like some of the good fashion boutiques, some of the comic book stores. So I was able to do that. Literally, on Sundays, Fairfax High School literally has a trading post where they have like maybe 50, 60 booths set up, all for like literally different small vendors. And literally, I bought a shirt. Have you ever seen The Professional with Gene Reno and Gary Oldman?
yes.
I bought a shirt with like it's The Professional, but it's drawn in the style of anime.
Oh wow,
Pretty dope.
that's dope, dude. And so wait, how long were you there for again?
About a week.
Oh, dude, man, I bet you. How's the weather?
Oh God, it literally the weather was so good that literally right when I got back to Georgia, everything felt like utter shit. Like everything is warm and lovely in LA. Then you come back to Georgia, it's just cold and dreary. You're just like, I think I got lost because I don't know where this is.
Right, right. That humid, you wake up that morning dew, and it's like that dry air in California, which I love, man. And then I remember that before the pandemic started, Luis was in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
it was literally a month before it started.
you bastard. And I was gonna go to San Diego, and then the whole pandemic, that was gonna be my like yearly trip thing. And then the pandemic messed all that up. But okay, I'm safe and I'm alive, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
it
I
was
love Cali. But the reason I bring up Cali, man, is because I wanted to go to Cali to work. This was years ago, like 5 years ago. And when everything started coming here, I just kind of stayed, dude. Have you ever thought about Donovan working in Cali, like crew?
Oh yes, most definitely. After I went to LA and I was on Fairfax, I drove past the Paramount Studio,
Oh,
and the Paramount Studios look everything I would ever imagine it to look like. Like it's one of the things where you're just like, I've seen this in my dreams, but now I've seen this in real life.
was it lit up like golden? You're like, oh shit.
It literally might have been literally my mind went blank and everything was just like, what is going on?
Isn't Paramount the last actual studio in Hollywood?
I don't know.
Because I heard everything's in Burbank. So I don't know.
Like I said, it could be. It truly could be.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I need to check it out. I need to check all this out, man.
Well, speaking of San Francisco, is that that was like the bridges? Is that the San Francisco bridge behind you?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Wait up. I think he's walking.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I had to grab my charger before my phone died.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I'm saying his
Uh,
background in San Francisco, what we were talking about.
yeah. Uh, dude, that San Francisco bridge that pissed me off. I went there at night and I could only see it at night. It sucked.
I think I was pretty much where that photo was taken. I was over there.
Dude,
Oh, nice.
I want to fly my drone through those like holes. Those like
Yeah, I've seen some people take some sick photos where they were right on the, pretty much right on the bridge. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like the drone being like pretty much like right in front of it.
Oh, dude, that's risky, man. But I know you like to take a risk.
I mean, yeah, I would do it because the photo came out so good. I can't even. I was like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Dude, that's a
You gotta
yeah.
risk it for the biscuit, man. You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Ladies, do you have a drone license?
No, I don't actually.
I don't
Real
not.
license for a drone now?
Yeah, dude. Anything that's over 250 grams, which I know the Mavic Mini is not
That's
specifically
exactly
for
what I
that
have. That's exactly what I have. I have the Mavic Mini. It's 249 grams.
249. So anything over 250 grams, which 250 grams is pretty light, you need to register the drone, which
Yeah.
is like get a license plate. It's literally a sticker with a barcode that they can scan, and then you have to get your license,
I think
especially for
I mean, I'm gonna take it eventually, anyways, because I've read up on it and everything, and I think if I want to use my drone to um, do any like make any money off of it, like I have to get a license for that.
oh yeah, you need a license to make money off of your drone. But
Yeah,
that's
so
why you always ask for money under the table, like cash, so they don't
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like.
of course. But yeah, so technically, yeah, since my drone is literally the Mavic Mini, it's 249 grams. I literally do not have to register or do it
Yeah,
or do the license.
I
So
have the one above that. I have the Mavic Air 2, so it's definitely over
no, well,
240.
I'm gonna have to get it anyways because I've already run into limitations with mine because it's so light. I can't fly it as high as I want to because the gusts start blowing it because it's so light.
It's
Like
so light.
if it's even slightly gusty outside, it starts moving like way too much. So I'm already like I'm happy I got it. It's a good beginner drone, but I'm already like okay, I'm definitely gonna have to upgrade at some point because
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
it's too light. Like I can't do what I actually want to do with it.
I'm with you. Well, there's one more question I want to ask you guys. I'm part of a COVID crew right now. That's my job. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about what I do specifically, but it's pretty much a COVID crew. How long do you guys think that job is going to last? Not my job specifically, but those COVID titles in general, because that's a big thing in Hollywood right now.
I was
People,
having a conversation with one of my friends about that
yeah,
actually when we were on set on
yeah,
Friday. Um, and my answer is going to be that it's going to be there as long as they need to have it because as soon as they are clear to not need them anymore, they're gonna drop them because that's extra money that they don't want to like spend and um, you know not to fire off it. I'm sure you've heard it being
yeah.
on set, but like crew kind of hates the COVID people. They call them the
Yeah.
COVID police.
Yeah. I completely get
It's
that.
necessary, but that's like I think everyone's gonna be like as soon as we don't need to have these guys here anymore,
Yeah.
bye bye.
What about you, Donovan? What do you think?
Since they're literally trying to fast track the reopening of theaters and concert venues, like they're talking about trying to have that back open by fall. I'll probably say winter next year when they officially are trying to literally get rid of the COVID job.
Yeah,
Either it's going
we
to
still have to
spike
get
so
like
it doesn't have to
vaccinated.
happen, or they're just going to wipe them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, we still gotta like vaccinate and try to get it more under control. But I think once I think he's right. Maybe around fall or beginning of winter, hopefully most of our country will be vaccinated by then.
Yeah. Well, our job ends in like what, June, right, Donovan? Like in June, July. So I'll be good, but
And
and that means
I think you guys will be good.
in the next 6 months I have to network like a motherfucker and just like network to try to get into other crew jobs because like I like crew work. That's what I went to school for, you know. And I know it wasn't gonna last forever, but this was like my way in. And a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people that usually do extra work finally do some crew work, but in the COVID team. So I'm like, this created some jobs, temporary jobs, but yeah, I know crew is not too fond of the COVID people. That's for sure. When I'm in my building and they see the COVID compliance officer, they're like, "Oh, the COVID man's coming, the COVID man," and they're already like putting on their mask and shit. Did you guys hear the Tom Cruise rant?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Like, I mean, you know, it is he is obviously Tom Cruise, and that's his set, and he's everything he said was not wrong.
Right, right.
And and I don't exactly know what the person was doing that made him scream at him. That part I don't know.
No, okay. So the quick story is that two crew members took their mask off when they were not supposed to. He caught that and he literally had a team meeting and pretty much called them out in front of everyone. And he just
I'm not
said,
gonna let a guy who needs an apple box to literally look taller yell at me that way. Justin, calm it down. Calm it down.
I kind of agree with him. I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, you're right, Tom Cruise, but I don't need to be screamed at and called out in front of the whole crew by. Let's calm down. Let's
Like
calm.
you're smaller than Daniel Radcliffe. I'm pretty sure Harry Potter can kick your ass, so calm it down.
shit. Hopefully, this podcast doesn't get to his ears. He's going to scream at us. Listen,
No,
being extra, we
I'll
are the
tell
gold standard.
I'll tell him the same thing. I'll be like, my dude, I'm not. I can barely hear you. You're so small.
Oh, shit.
you know what, Tom Cruise, pull up to my house. I want all the smoke. How about that?
Well, guys, this has been a good episode. No, fucking. No, but yeah, I feel like I feel like he should have handled it in a way that he should have talked to the people or have a like the COVID compliance officer talk to people privately. He just
Exactly.
called them the fuck.
Or he even could have screamed at the people, but like in private.
You just hear mumbling in the background, like, "We're the gold standard." What the fuck is that?
Like
But yeah,
when you walk on a tangent like that, no one looks good. Remember when Christian Bale did the same thing and everyone thought he was an asshole for it?
yeah, you're a fucking amateur, man. I can't do a British accent, but yeah, he's like, you're a fucking amateur. I'm like, damn. Yeah, but that sounded asshole. He said like the one thing that I didn't agree with. He's like, they're making movies because of us. I'm like, dude, they're gonna make movies with or without you. Calm the fuck
Exactly.
down. Calm the fuck down. People
Exactly.
it's like they're over there in the US making movies because of us. We are the gold standard. I'm like, okay, calm down. You're no Avengers, dude. I get it. You're Mission Impossible, but
You're not the Avengers. You're not Marvel. You're not Marvel.
yeah, you're
You're not
not
Marvel or Fast and Furious.
or
I feel like
Quentin Tarantino or or Christopher Nolan. Calm down. You're Mission Impossible,
Exactly.
which is not even like, it's like, but dude, don't scream at people like that. That's some bullshit. Like I've seen people get in trouble at my job, at our job, Donovan, and they're told privately, like, hey, you need to get upset or whatever,
Yeah.
and
They're
that
the they're the right way and a wrong way to do everything. That was the wrong way. The only way you did it was to literally to usurp your power,
yeah,
to
He was.
flex on you.
Mhm.
that was a flex and not a good one. He was just flexing.
Exactly.
Who said he had to stand up on an apple box? Was that you, Luis?
No, that was Donovan.
I need to make that a meme. Just like him screaming and like edit apple box underneath him. I could do that. Some Photoshop.
Like he starts screaming, and then everyone's like, "We can't hear you," and he turns around and he's like, "Hey, somebody give me a full apple." And no one can hear.
Talk into the mic. Literally, I need you to. You're down here. I need you to come up here.
I need you to be up here. Oh, dude, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I better not see some shit like that on other sets. That would piss me off, dude.
Oh yes.
That like I will walk off the set if somebody was screaming like that. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
I feel like that's never a good way to handle something. Like I understand what he was trying to do, but same like you never actually do that. Or
Apparently, he's making the best fucking movie on earth. Apparently, and they're the gold standard. So here comes his Oscar and whatnot. Like what?
the movie hasn't come out yet. Watch it be like the best movie of all time. Actually,
Wins every Oscar. Uh, literally the gold standard. Oh my god.
Mission Impossible 8, the gold standard.
Is this him riding a motorcycle with a mask on? The fuck?
Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise.
he screams at the villain. That's how he wins. He shames him.
Just screams him to death. I'm the gold standard. Okay, you win.
Mm.
Damn, that's funny, man. That's funny, dude.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, if you ever hear this, we love you, man, but
We
That
love
was
you,
very
but you're
cool.
a dick.
that wasn't very cool.
We love you. You're a dick for doing that. Come film in Georgia though.
For real, give us money, pay me.
We can look like Venice. I mean, shit. You gotta go all over the world, save some money, dude. Might as well.
Give me a salary. You can scream at me all day, every day. 100K a year.
I mean, I'm your personal screen pillow. Just give me $5,000 a week.
Oh god, I need to make that a meme. The gold standard. Just Tom Cruise screaming like a motherfucker. Oh, dude, I would love that. Oh, I love that, man. Oh yeah, man. This whole COVID thing, dude. How have you guys handled working with a mask? Because it gets to me sometimes. Like I need a breath of fresh air every now and then. I'm like, dude, this mask is getting to me. How have you guys handled working in the film industry with the mask on?
If I had to be on set all day and have to wear the mask all day, I would get tired of it. But since I'm going back and forth between a bunch of different places constantly, I have that little window where I can just drive around without the mask on. If I'm in my own car, literally, you guys can go fuck yourself. I don't care. I'm in my own car. I'm breathing my own air.
Right.
Yeah,
What about you, Luis? How's it been for you working with the mask?
I've gotten used to it. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much. So, I mean, obviously, I can't speak to other people's experience, but I have asthma, and some people say they have asthma and they can't fucking breathe with a mask on. And I'm like, okay, not saying you're lying, but I'm fucking completely like that shit doesn't do shit to me. So, like, I don't know if you're just using that as an excuse, but I will say this though. I've um I've been biking around sometimes with my mask on, um, and then when like I have to breathe hard, like if I'm doing like strenuous exercise, then the mask actually does get in my way. Because I when I start breathing hard, I start like inhaling the mask and not getting enough air.
Right.
And then that I really can't breathe. So that was like, oh. But if I'm just walking around, like not doing anything strenuous, like it doesn't bother me at all.
Okay. So you're not the gold standard. No, I'm playing. I'm fucking-
I am the gold standard.
Okay, not just playing. Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When I started working in November, full time, it started bothering me a little bit. after like 5-6 hours in, I'm like, holy shit, like I gotta take this
Yeah, but
off.
also yeah, and also like I said, I don't work as many days on because you have since you've been working full time. I only work sets, a couple times a week. And in my other job, um, I do deliveries. So it's the same like Donovan. When I do Instacart. So it's like when I'm shopping, I always have to have a mask on. But when I get in my car and I do all the driving, I throw that shit off.
That's true, man. Yeah, and I gotten used to it by now. But yeah, it was the first couple like hard months. I was like, holy crap, this there's a lot for a lot of hours because I need to be around a lot of people, a lot of materials and things. I need to have my mask on. I'm just like this sucks, but I understand that is the necessity for us to work right now. If we want to work in our in the film industry, that's what we have to do. Everyone extra, even from like the janitors up to the directors. Everybody's got to wear a mask, and that's just the way it is right now. No one's above the pandemic. No one's above the virus. Just it's just the rules. It is what it is. It was hard though getting used to it. That's why when the whole when the pandemic started, I wasn't like really going out and working. I couldn't get used to it. I was just staying at home,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I'm like, okay, now I need to get back to work. And I was lucky enough to find this job. And funny enough, I got this job because of COVID, because it's a COVID related job, but still. So,
Yeah.
but the one thing I am used to now is the COVID test. I'm super used to it now. I'm just like, swipe me up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I mean, I'm pretty sure I told you. I studied on Dear Evan Hansen for a while, and I literally have to get a test every day. You come in the morning, and before you even get to work, you have to take a test.
Damn.
So I stood in for like 3 weeks on Dear Evan Hansen.
Nice.
Every day in the morning, I had to take a test. Literally like fucking 5 times.
Wait, who did you stand them for?
I stood in for um his name was Jared in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But the actor is Nick the Donnie.
Okay.
He's like the Indian kid who's in he's in Atypical, which I just started watching.
What? That's
Ah,
a good
In the
show. I like that show.
Yeah, I stood in for the Indian guy. The what's his name? It's Z.
Well, yeah, the.
Yeah, but I forgot. He actually says his real name. It's like whatever in the show. But I stood in for that kid, and then people are like, "Yeah, dude, you look exactly." Well, the funny thing. So the way I got that was like quick story about how I got that job. I literally walked in as a background for like the very first day that I worked on that show.
yeah.
And people kept giving me weird looks, and I was like, "Why are people giving me weird looks or whatever?" And then like later in the day, I was asked if I had any stand-in experience, which I did. And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then they put me on set, and then I was like, no one. The funny thing is that first day, no one told me who I was standing in for, and then as soon as the actor came on set, he looked just like me, and I was like, okay, obviously I'm
Yeah.
standing in for the guy. And then I guess I looked so much like him that they're like, yeah, do you want to just come in for the rest of the show? And I was like, of course I do, because I needed to work.
Right.
And then as I was working more and more of the days, literally so many times when I was on set, the crew members kept being like, dude, you look just like the actor, or like, I thought you were the actor, or like the makeup people came up to me like 3 times and they were like, we were about to say something to you, and then we're like, you're not the actor. We forgot you're not the actor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not the actor. And they were like, yo, they like hit it on the spot, and I was like, okay, shit, I guess.
You're like,
Um,
I guess.
no, but I was,
Uh,
I was happy because I got the job, obviously, but
that's awesome. For 3 weeks, that's awesome for us,
yeah, yeah, and obviously I wasn't expecting it. And like I said, I literally only got that job because I looked like the actor. And I barely look like any of the actors on any show.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take this. So hopefully he films more stuff so I can get more work.
That's true. What about Donovan? Have you ever done any extra stand-in work or extra or stand-in?
I've never done extra work. I've just done a lot of PA work, like on web series and shit.
Right. Have you ever considered being an extra on like a big movie? Like for example, right now it's no secret that Spider-Man is filming in Georgia. So
Yeah.
would you ever consider doing something like that?
I would, because one, literally a lot. That's something that you can honestly go home with and say that I worked on a Marvel movie or something of that caliber. Because a lot of people can't say that.
Correct. A lot of people like this is weird. We have Being Extra has fans in like India, in Africa, and I get messages all the time like, "You worked on this shit? You were dude, I haven't told you this, Luis."
No, you didn't.
Okay, so me and Kevin were doing a reaction video to Marvel, and we started getting videos from like these people from like one was from like India, one was from Nigeria, and then they were like, "Oh my god, we can't believe you guys worked on this set. It's so cool." And then some people are like, "Oh, you guys are our favorite YouTuber," and I'm like, oh, "What are you talking about? We have like 100 followers. I mean, we want to grow it." But they're like, "Yeah, like, dude, because." Obviously everybody knows RDJ, Chris Evans, all those people. Okay. But then I guess nobody from the crew or nobody that's an extra talks about it except us. That's why I started this channel
Hmm.
to talk to the lesser people that are not like the directors or actors that you always see on TV shows like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, to like the talk about the shows we worked on. And yeah, dude, we started getting a bunch of messages from like these people from like other countries like Middle East and Africa and all. That was cool. We're the number 6 movie podcast in Nigeria.
Oh shit, dude, that is awesome.
It's such a random stat, but they're like, Nigeria, you're number 6 in movies. I'm like,
But I mean, you're right. Like, I feel like no one ever talks about this stuff, and like, like I said, as you know, there's a lot of people who work in movie, and as you know, everyone has crazy stories. They just, I guess, no one ever had any. I don't think anyone had this idea before. That's why when you told me about this idea, I'm like, this sounds great because I've never heard anything about it. And and like I said, I think we've been doing a good job of not, I think a part of it is because people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to spoil stuff.
correct.
Because obviously there's NDAs or whatever, but the stuff we talk about is not ruining the NDAs, and or if we do, it's after the movie or show comes out.
That's
Um,
true. Yeah.
and there's so many stories. Exactly, there's so many people that work on sets besides the main actors and the director. Like, as you know, like the crews are fucking massive. They're you know
Yeah,
and
and then you only see like the big actors or directors like being interviewed and stuff like that, but you don't see like the PAs or the extras, the stand-ins. They never get interviewed, so that's why I want to grow this channel to get those people out there, and to talk to those people because I feel like not only are we like people that work for movies and TV shows, we're also movie and TV fans,
exactly,
and
yep.
we have a different perspective of things. Now, it's not just, oh, that show was good. We're like, holy crap! I remember when they did lighting on that, and they had this like the stories you told me about Stuber were
Mhm.
freaking awesome. How they had you in that machine for the car that rolled.
So one of the funnest things I've done.
Well, what about you, Donovan? What is the best set or your favorite set that you've been on?
Honestly, I would have to say Doom Patrol just because the weird nature of the show.
Right.
A lot of stuff about the show that is like so weird that if you saw it in any other format, you wouldn't understand it. But because the pragmatic nature of the show, you're just like, you know what? I don't understand what's going on, but I enjoy every second of it.
All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. We still have a lot to talk about, and that means I'm gonna have Donovan back on, obviously Luis back on. Donovan, you and me are gonna start like a little segment thing, right? Where we're gonna rant about movies.
Of course.
We're gonna have a little rant segment. I'm not sure yet, guys, if this is gonna be on YouTube or on for the podcast, but I feel like it's gonna be like a YouTube thing. But watch out for that. Obviously, I'm gonna have Luis back for the interviews and just talk about what's filming around in Georgia. Just really quick, Donovan, where can they follow you at on your social media?
Donovan Love or Donovan R Love, DONOVON LOVE.
And you, Luis, remind them where they can follow you at.
Instagram at Luis207. That's Luis 207.
and you can't follow me because my wife won't allow it. No, I'm just fucking. Yeah, I'm getting too popular. No, I'm playing. You guys can follow me at JORG3101, and that is my Instagram. And don't forget to follow us at Being Extra Pod. Oh, by the way, you got to change your info, Luis. I changed the name to Being Extra Pod.
Wait, what happened?
On Instagram, it's Being Extra Pod.
Yeah, I'll change that.
Yeah. But thank you guys. I'm gonna have Donovan and Luis back on. And guys, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. We are on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we are on the new Amazon podcast channel, and we are on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe, follow us, everything. Follow these guys, and thank you guys for being on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Until next time, guys.